Hey Jack, Ben, America's Baseball Camps. Just touching base in regards to your video. Thanks for coming to the Arizona ABC President's Day Camp, and look forward to hopefully giving you a chance to see you back again real soon. Just checking out your swing. Want to go through some stuff that I saw in regards to some mechanical stuff that I would work on, and maybe a couple drills and things to incorporate into those. So let's get started here. First, want to talk about your stance in regards to your swing here. Let's talk about our setup. Setup's pretty good in regards to our feet are in a good spot with the distance just past your shoulders. Your knees are turned in a little bit, nice and bent. And your head's a little bit sideways. You can see it's kind of hunched over a little bit, but your eyes are on the baseball. Make sure that the head stays nice and tall in regards to, just like you have a Coke can to you balance on top of it. I would change your bat angle a little bit. I would probably get your hands a little bit more away from my body, kind of in here with a little bit of a bat angle there compared to having it a little bit steep and the hands a little bit in by your body. It's going to create some more leverage. What I'd like to do is get you to engage your lower half more, get more power, and be more aggressive through the baseball, and just some things that I see in regards to your swing. So now let's go into your setup. Let's go into that first move. You can see right away a couple things that I see here. The first one is when I go to step, you can see that the toe is pointing too much at the pitcher. The other thing that's very important is you know that your front knee is already locked out. And what you want to make sure when you stride and go, that heel right now should be facing the dugout instead of facing back by these other hitters back here. So make sure that your foot faces the dugout where you're landing more closed. And also, they should have a lot more bend in this knee here compared to having this knee be bent. You can see right here, this front knee is already locked out, and that's really, really important to have that flexed as I do my land foot for your stride. So when we back it up here, you can see how everything's nice and bent right there. And as you go to step, you can see that automatically takes all the power away from your lower half, and now you're only going to use your upper body and use your arms. So that you need to really keep that leg flexed, and as you rotate into the front side, then your front leg begins to firm out, and not any sooner, because that's going to make you all arms, and you're not going to have as much power in your swing. Now at contact, you did a pretty good job to recover yourself there. Picture perfect in regards to a couple things. If I start from the dirt and go up, head is nice and tall. You have a nice bend in the backside. You're hitting against a firm front side. So you did a good job to make up that, but we need to create a lot more power getting into these big fields and get your bat path a little bit more flat. So let's look at it again here. The other thing I see here is making sure that front arm, that bottom arm, doesn't lock out on us here. So we focus on right there. You see this front arm is already locked. And you can get away with that on slower pitching, but as your pitching that you face gets faster, this is going to make you late. So when we stride and lock out that front side too early, it's going to create less power. And also when we lock out that bottom arm, it's going to make us kind of cast a little bit in regards to compared to being really short, because you want that thing to lock out at contact and not any sooner. You can see it's a little bit early there. But as far as for your contact there, make sure at the end of your swing, there's two things you'll see here. One, that both legs are straight, right? And what I want to do is I want to have to tweak this a little bit. I want to have this front side more closed, more point at the first baseman compared to right now. That's almost actually at third base. And you'll see also on this back side that the heel is on the ground. And what we need to do is this back leg needs to have a nice bend in it like that, compared to having it right now where it's straight. And these are things you can do when you're hitting off a tee or you're hitting live or whenever you're hitting, is just freeze at the end just like this and hold it and then check yourself, because what you want to do is you want to key on those things. There's a bend in this, that the front side is firm, that your foot is not pointing at the pitcher, that it's closed off. We want your head on the baseball a little bit more, and even at the end, so you can get a habit of really letting that ball travel. And you can see that we really want to try to hold that finish and really engage that lower half. So let's go into another swing here to see. Your hands separate okay a little bit. Again, right here looks really good. You're getting in a launch position. This bat's a little bit tall. Would want to drop that a little bit as I go in. Let's see if you land in that stiff. You can see on that when you land, you straighten out that leg. Again, that leg, that firm front side wants to happen as you rotate, not to have it go into a kind of a lockout at that point. You can see how it's going to be a lot of arms. That front hip opens up because we took that open stride. This leg is locked out, so it's going to transfer a lot of power into my arms. And that's really important to keep that, because getting on these bigger fields, it's going to be hard to do that. So keep that barrel up. You can see that barrel starting to drag on you. At this point of your swing, you want to make sure that that barrel stays up here, and we're working downhill compared to here a little bit. You're getting underneath it a little bit. You drove it okay, but just get in the habit of really staying downhill through the baseball. Again, on that backside at contact, you do a pretty good job, and then you kind of you have that bend at contact. What I want to try to do is try to keep this right here, even at the finish, and you'll notice that that heel just goes back down to the ground when we finish. So when your timing's a little bit off, you might hit sometimes like this. And if these both legs are straight, then we're only using our arms. So that's really engage that lower half into the baseball. It's going to give you more power. It's going to make you shorter the ball when that front side kind of stays kind of bent like this. You can see that front arm, that bottom hand. We want to get extension at contact and make sure that we don't cast and do that early. You can see as I go here, you can see that that bottom arm right here is going more locked, more like a golfer, and that's going to make us really be underneath balls and be where I'm not going to be as powerful as I could. So those are some biggies to work on, and they're going to make some big differences in your swing, and I look forward to seeing you progress. Have a great season, and come back and see us real soon.